Namaste. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Amy Josephson, and I'm lucky enough to be here today at Meditating Mantis in Roswell, Georgia, to share with you the new yoga game. I started this game 5 years ago, so I'm telling you that if you have a dream, work it out and make that vision come true. The yoga game is a fun game. I'm going to tell you how to play it a little bit. I'm going to tell you who it's for. Actually, it's for everyone. The yoga game comes in a box. It looks like this. And in the box, we have a timer. It's a 90-second timer. And basically, you would set up the timer, and you have 90 seconds to pick a card. You pick the card, and then you do the pose. Now, when you're done, you have to remember to say Namaste. The other team, or the other person, because you could play with one other person, you could play with groups of people, has to say, if they want to challenge you, they can challenge you. Then there's another level. The second level of this game, and also what's phenomenal is all the cards are color-coded to beginner, intermediate, advanced. So if you have never done yoga, you are welcome to just get these cards and teach yourself. You could get with some people that are beginners and just take out the beginner color-coded cards. It's for beginners and it's for experts. So basically you now have the 90 seconds, you do the pose, you say Namaste. Now if the other team wants to challenge you, they could say challenge, and then they have to do the pose. If they're wrong, then you get the point, even if you were wrong, because they interrupted you. And we don't want to interrupt people when we're communicating. One of my biggest visions with making this game was not only for you to learn yoga and understand yoga and so much more. Just so you know, it's the yoga poses. You will learn the Sanskrit names. You will learn the pronunciations. You will learn the sun salutations. Because so often someone walks into a studio or somewhere and they're like, I don't know what a sun salutation is. So getting back to the game's a lot of fun. It's kind of like a Twister kind of feeling where you're interacting, you're laughing, when your team member's getting into the pose, you're helping them do it, and everybody's laughing and having fun. Okay? The other part is, I'm going to go through what the box comes with. It comes with a box of 75 cards. There's yoga cards and then there's wild cards. The wild cards, there's 3 of them. They're just fun cards like what you might have seen in Monopoly if you were around or know Monopoly. And it's create a pose, so your team or yourself creates a pose. It doesn't even have to be a real pose. There's a bonus card and you have cards like that, okay? It comes with an instruction book. The instructions are right here. They tell you everything what to do. They tell you about the color code. And the second level, which I didn't share yet, is if you decide when you're playing this game you want to use the Sanskrit names, you decide that before, and before you turn the card over to see if you were correct in the pose, you all write down the Sanskrit name. When you turn it over, the Sanskrit name is right here. Now you're probably going, Vrika, Sasana, Vrika, how do you even say that? Well, that's what made me decide to not only give you, I gave you in here, there is a whole, these 2 sheets which tell you every pose that's in the yoga game, every Sanskrit name, and we had a wonderful phonetics guy put out all the pronunciations for you. So now you can actually learn how to say these Sanskrit names. Then you might look at this card and say, well, I don't know, that tree pose looks like this, or it looks like this, or you're supposed to do it like this. Well, what I have is a reference in here, and every pose is in this booklet, okay? It tells you exactly how to do the pose with a human being, not just an art-drawn, beautiful card, which we had great artists who did these cards. Then what I did, and every one of them is alphabetized, and they have the Sanskrit names. Then we have, because I said about the sun salutations, I think it's so important for people to know how to do them. So what is a sun salutation? You open this book, you read what it is, and very importantly, you saw me start with meditation. We do want to take some time out for ourselves every day so that we could serve ourselves better, and then when we serve ourselves better, we could serve the world better. Journaling is a really, really good thing to do, and I know a lot of people don't like to sit down and take that time and write, but if you start to do it, it's really, really wonderful. So I just gave you a page in here, so maybe you could practice journaling. And then you have Sun Salutation A and Sun Salutation B. The other thing I love about this game, that if you're not going to play the game, again, I mentioned it's an educational tool. If you're going away and you want to learn the poses or the Sanskrit names or all of the above, you can take these cards with you. They come in a deck, it looks like this, and you carry them with you. let's just say, because now there's the 50-pound, you can't take 50 pounds when you go on airplanes, right? We want to look at the positive. There are booklets. All you have to do is take these 2 books with you, and you have all the poses in here that you can practice, and all the sun salutations and all the Sanskrit names. What I love is I have some people that are really excited. Every day they pick a pose, and they do that pose, and they practice that pose, and it makes you better in yoga. You feel a lot better. The other thing I have to mention is I get questions like, who is this for? This game is for everyone. You could do it. My first vision was 2 parents waking up with their kids on a snowy day and going, what are we going to do with the kids? And it was like, oh, I know, we'll play the yoga game. Not only that, if you have young children, you can teach them the game and they can play by themselves, so you can have some downtime. It's great if you want to have a wine party. There are people having wine parties and they're inviting their friends over and they're playing the game and then they have dinner. This is an amazing thing to do quietly, an amazing thing to do with people, by yourself. And I just want to mention also, there are so many people that feel uncomfortable going to do yoga, or they feel that someone might judge them. What they think about you is their business, but what I want to say is that this is a great way to start. You buy a box, the yoga game, and you teach yourself so you feel a little more comfortable. And I'd just like to end by saying, a dream is a seed you plant in your heart. And when you make that dream a reality, it's a wonderful gift. And so is this. So be sure to check out, come get the yoga game. For you, for your friends, for anybody you love, and anyone you want to make a difference in their life. Thank you, and I hope you have a great time and learn a lot with the yoga game. And feel free to visit my website at positiveenergy4life.com. That's positive energy with 2 E's in the middle, 4, the number 4, life.com. I hope to see you soon.